on another episode of SMS News Channel. You know what? I'm gonna make this as non graphic as I possibly can. So I'm just gonna say, for all the guys in the room, this is your time to exit because I don't want to offend you. If you are a guy, please do not watch this video because you will really be like, oh my god, is that what she's talking about? Exactly. So, okay. You know how we go through puberty and stuff, ladies, and your parents or your mom will sit you down and talk about like the time of the month, your cycle. Um, you know what I wish they had done? I wish to God that somebody would have written a book or a clause inside of the puberty books for us that once you turn 20, from 20s to 30s, your time of the month is going to be like hell. And I'm just like, nobody talks about these things. It's one thing if you have cramps. It's one thing if you have cramps. That's painful, right? Nobody talks about your body just shutting down on itself. Like I tell you, one time I had cramps so bad. My ankles were hurting me. I tried to stand up. I felt faint. I was like, "Oh my god. Please tell me this is not going to be every month. Please tell me this is not going to be every month. Please tell me this." Like I was like literally I was on my knees in my brain like, "Jesus, please don't tell me every month my body is going to shut down." Like nobody tells you that your body basically goes through World War III and you're just like sitting there with a tsunami of pain. It's like you got cramps. The cramps are not cramps. Cramps are usually like, okay, abdominal pain. Nobody talks about the fact that you cramp so hard you have to go to the loo. Like nobody tells you that. Like, oh my god. The cramps feel like you're sitting on top. I don't know about anybody else's cramps, but for the past couple of years, it's like, you ever seen like one of those satisfying videos where somebody just puts something under a crane and just starts squeezing it and squeezing it and squeezing it? That is how periods are, I feel like. Period cramps, cycle cramps are. Once you reach 20, like, nobody talks about like when you get a little older and your hips start to spread that it feels like somebody is tearing your body apart. Like, I get growing pains. That is BS. That is not growing pains. That is like you're going through like an apocalypse or something. Like it's like it's almost demonic because I'm just like, what is happening to my body? Is the first thing I said. When I was like in the fifth grade, I was just like, mom. I'll never forget what I said to my mom. I was like, I gotta tell you something. And her response was like, "Aw, you're becoming a young lady." I said, "What?" That's all you have to say? And I'm becoming a young lady? Like, you're not noticing the fact that I feel like somebody just poured a bunch of red paint all over me? Like, I was so embarrassed. I felt like it's like, oh my god, oh my god. And then nobody tells you that you crave stuff. Like who has pregnancy cravings on their time of the month? Like one time I just was eating something that was just bizarre. I was just like, okay, this sounds good. I had Oreos, ice cream, and Lay's potato chips and a whole sandwich. Who does that? I'm telling you, cycles are like premature. Like, this is like premature preparing you for what happens when you have a child or something, because nobody tells you, like, once 20s in your 30s, it's just like it's going to be, and I'm not 30 yet, but I'm just saying, if this happens in my 30s, oh my God, I'm protesting. You can't tell me. You cannot freaking tell me. You can't tell me. that this is ridiculous. Like, you have cramps so hard you have to, like, you get nauseous, and the nauseation, you have to, like, rush to the restroom so you don't you know what I mean? Like, that is, it's so uncomfortable. And then when you see posts of people saying, well, just because you're on your period or your time of the month doesn't mean that you should have an attitude. I I don't know what to tell you. I mean, have you ever had somebody like literally twist your balls until they can't twist anymore? That's basically what body cramps feel like on the time of the month. Like your whole body feels like it's shutting down. I don't know about everybody else, but mine, they feel like my body is shutting freaking down. Like I was supposed to be the Game Boy system and just somebody forgot to charge me, so I just shut the freak down. So this is what you do for your periods? Like I'm like literally to the point where I'm like having an outer body experience talking to myself like, dude, so this is what you're doing to my body? Like you couldn't prepare us. Like, I mean, at least in the Bible days, they would just be like, oh, she's unclean. Dude, dude, dude. Oh my God. Cycles should not be this ridiculous. Like I don't know why I used to think like periods should be like business cycles. Like you just, okay, and here comes your cash. But a physical cycle. Mm. Oh my God. And then it's like when you start working, when you're on the cycle, you know what I'm saying? And people start looking at you like, why is she sitting down? Oh, let's just ignore the fact that my bottom feels like it's about to fall inside out, but that's okay. Let's just ignore that. Like I feel like I'm about to pass out, but that's all right. Like, are you serious? You're sitting here worrying about me sitting down. I'm trying to make sure the half of my body is not falling apart. I feel like I'm gonna turn into sand in a few minutes. Like, these cramps are ridiculous. And then let's not forget the cost of feminine products to take care of that situation. Like, you couldn't do a relief program for ladies. Like, women have different periods, and you're just like going to. I remember one time when tampons and always literally, or tampax I think it's called, tampax and always was like, it was so expensive, and I was just like, are you, I mean, you guys are like, you're basically giving us cigarette prices. Like, you can't charge us for stuff that happens detrimental to our life. Like, you, so you're just gonna charge it to sick, yeah, that's what I basically was saying. I swear, it's like, oh my God. And then what people don't ever tell you is that when you get older, like if you gain weight, can bring your period come on. Like if you I guess I don't know what I heard was, I don't know if it's true, but if you gain like a lot of weight sometimes or whatever it does, it can bring on, weight can bring on your period early. Stress can bring it on early, and I'm just like, what the heck was I stressing about? I didn't have nothing to stress about. You mean to tell me you just came just because? I didn't even call for you. So you mean to tell me, like, literally, this is literally the reason why, like, when I see older women wear white, I just feel like they're mocking us, because it's like, you know, we can't wear white because of the time of the month, and you're just flaunting your body around, like, knowing that you possibly can get a ketchup stain or a mustard stain, but we can't do it because it's the time of the month. Oh, let's not forget, like, when you work in the medical field, the fact that our khakis, like, literally, our uniform is tan. Our uniform is tan. Did anybody just remember that, you know, the majority of CNAs are women? So, what are we supposed to do about the bottom half of us if the time of the month comes? Like, it's stuff like this that people need to write in books. Like, it's very important. Like, it's scary for younger women, because especially if you go through it and you're a young woman and you don't understand. But for you to just be going through stuff like this, and nobody tells you when you get older that it changes like this, like I'm feeling like I feel like periods are changing, like you're about to gray or something like that. Like it's just, oh my god, the stress. The stress. Yeah, I don't know, but all I say is that needs to be a clause in the puberty books for young girls, so they don't have to wake up one day and they're like 25 and they're like, "Oh my god, I hate my life because the cycle is coming." Like on another episode of SMS News Channel, and I guess I'll be back with more.